I am very excited because earlier this week, a piece of legislation with bipartisan support was introduced in the House of Representatives that aims to legalize cannabidiol, or also known as CBD, this component of marijuana, which has been shown effective in calming the severity of a number of medical conditions. Madison, here in the Live, we've talked about this a lot. Not too long ago, we were talking about how there's scientific proof that the CBD compound has a great benefit to those suffering of epilepsy. Here is the scoop. Last week, the Compassionate Access Act was introduced by Congressman Morgan Griffith, a Republican for Virginia, and Congressman Errol Blumenauer, a Democrat from Oregon. So it's cool to see that now we have bipartisan support on these issues. They hope to reform the federal statute that surrounds marijuana. So it could be downgraded from a scale 1 drug that it's, imagine, this is a drug that is saving lives, that it's helping the quality of life of millions of people that suffer epilepsy. It's in the same tier than heroin and meth and these very destructive drugs. They're aiming to take it off that list, becoming a scale 2 drug, then opening up federal funds for research and medical advancement.
Well, it's very interesting how science now is actually discovered that the component, not just THC, but the CBD, is helping to be actually proven that this is a medical being able to use for that. And also the people that are being healed from it. A child that was faced with epilepsy was being cured by having the CBD. So now science has matched the proven facts that this is definitely has the category, quote unquote, medical marijuana.
Exactly, and the funny thing is that the scientific community have known about CBD longer than they actually known about THC, and they've discovered that it's not only a medical compound it's not only the medical properties of the compound, it also balances out your high. With people that smoke marijuana, the CBD is the one that takes out the bad trip off. They've done the studies and they've realized that those marijuanas with higher THC tend to come along with the anxiety and the bad tripping. They've realized that CBD is actually a compound that kind of smooths out the effects of marijuana, and if you isolate it, has plenty of medical benefits. Similar to another act that is already in Congress, the CARES Act, this legislation aims to unlock federal funds for research. And I think that's a component that it's very important that we don't talk too much in the media about, because mainstream media is very fixated with the recreational use of marijuana, because it comes along with all the merchandising and all the free market that is going to come with making the drug accessible at a recreational level. But I think it takes away a little bit from the medical aspect, which was the first reason that we made marijuana available.
I think it definitely is when it is done right with the government, it makes it 100% safer on regulations as regulating it, instead of having it illegal where people are getting arrested for marijuana and for these small crimes and basically ruining lives. But if you actually look at it and it's used for the right reasons and finding out, then maybe we can actually find different ways of how to actually use this by not just maybe smoking it and having it as a drug-related source, but more as what you would do for medicine.
Exactly.
Administrated. So again, I think it does help to put it in a category of how do we make this more into a medicine and not looked at just as a recreational drug.
And on that, Congressman Morgan Griffith gave this quote where he says, "There are countless reports of marijuana medicinal benefits in treating conditions including cancer, epilepsy, and glaucoma. It is time to research this further and, where legal, to allow real doctors and real pharmacists to prescribe or dispense marijuana for legitimate medical reasons for real patients." This new initiative is supported by two really big associations, medical societies. One, the Epilepsy Foundation, and also the American Academy of Neurology are behind endorsing this legislation because the power of CBD is proven scientifically. So we want to know, what do you think? Do you think that this law should be passed immediately so the benefits of CBD reach out to those who need it the most? Let us know what you think, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the Live TV too.